Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning, episode 430 today, back on the topic of the MLB. I'm going to be looking at what you Chicago White Sox fans can expect from the White Sox in the 2021 season. Again, a team that I think has very high expectations, or at least I have high expectations for going into 2021. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. But first, your question of the day, and that is, who is your White Sox franchise leader in slugging percentage? Again, if you know the answer, comment below. And if you don't, stick around to the end of the video and we'll discuss it then. But again, what can we expect from the White Sox this season, this coming season? I think we're less than a month away, if it starts on time, which it looks like. We're less than a month away from opening day, which is awesome to think about. But what can we expect from the White Sox this year? Obviously, in a couple previous videos, I have picked the White Sox to win the American League. I've also picked, I couldn't decide if I thought they would lose to the Blue Jays in the ALCS or win the American League over the Blue Jays. So I guess if I had to pick two teams out of the AL, I'll have the White Sox and the Blue Jays in the ALCS. But really, realistically, what can we expect from the White Sox? Well, honestly, realistically, I think an ALCS berth is on the table. I do think that it is an expectation that they will win the American League Central. I think the only other team that is really in playoff contention out of that division is the Minnesota Twins. The Tigers are really not good at all. The Indians, the same thing. The Royals, after acquiring Benintendi, they got some good prospects coming in Bobby Witt Jr. and a couple others. So the Royals might actually be on the map a little bit this year, but I definitely think that the White Sox will be the best team in their division and will come out on top of that division. As far as a win number, I think I'm looking at a team that can win 95 plus. I think 95 is the bottom of the threshold for the White Sox. If I had to bet over under 100 games, 100 games is a lot of games. I think we're right at 98, 99, maybe 100 wins. I think 100 wins would be the top, 95 the bottom. So when you're in that range as top and bottom, I think that's pretty optimistic, and I think the White Sox can do it. Looking at who they got around the infield, around the defensive defensive side of the game, their outfield, Adam Eaton, which was part of the Washington Nationals team that won in 2019. So he's pretty good. He's definitely old, but he serves a good role in the lineup. He's a good role player. He doesn't drive the ball over the fence very often, but he has good at bats. He plays pretty good outfield. And then, of course, joining him in the outfield, Eloy Jimenez, one of the better young guys in the game, very good outfielder. And then Luis Robert as well, who is extremely good. Last year was in Rookie of the Year conversation. He hit like 240 last year and had 11 home runs through the shortened season. So I believe if you translate that to this year's stats, you're looking at 28, 30 home runs. He would have had, not this year's, but in a full season, he would have had about 30 home runs based off his pace last year. So Robert had a great year. Eloy Jimenez is a very talented player. Statistically, he had almost as good a year as Robert did. So Jimenez and Robert in the outfield, plus Adam Eaton with that veteran presence. So you got two really young, good players in the outfield, plus a veteran that can serve a good role come bigger games, possibly in the postseason, whatever, with Adam Eaton. So their outfield, I think, is very good. One of the better outfielders in the American League. And then their infield is pretty damn good as well. Moncada at third, good presence there. And then, of course, Jose Abreu at first, who really has been solid his career. For his career, but really came out of the blue last year, winning American League MVP. Hit so many home runs last year. I don't know the exact number, but it seemed like he was hitting one every other game. So Abreu and Moncada on the corner infield, I think very, very efficient there. And then Nick Madrigal at second base, a guy that I do have possibly winning Rookie of the Year. I think he didn't hit the minimum number of games to have a rookie season last year. He had battling some sort of an injury. I think it was a shoulder injury, but he hit what did he hit last year? 340, 369 slugging percentage, and he only struck out 7 times through 103 at-bats. So this guy really, really puts the ball in play well, swings it well, doesn't hit for a lot of power. So he's a guy that you can probably expect 10 home runs out of maybe in a season, but he's also, if you translate those numbers, 103 at-bats, 7 strikeouts, that's really, really going to help this White Sox team out. And then, of course, Tim Anderson, who just won the batting title in 2019. He can swing it really well. I think he hit like 330 that year. So going around the infield, Moncada at third is going to swing it pretty well. Tim Anderson's going to hit for average well. So is Madrigal at second, going to hit for average. So you can easily have a middle infield that combines for a 300-plus average. And if you have that, that's going to be huge. And then at first base, if Jose Abreu can be a similar form of what he was last year, that's going to be huge. And then your outfield with Adam Eaton and then Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert, going to be dangerous out there. And then not even to mention yet, you have arguably the best catcher in baseball in Yasmandi Grandal. I think the argument for best catcher in baseball is between him and JT Realmuto. So you're in a great spot for throwing guys out on defense, for swinging the bat well. So Grandal is going to hold it down behind the plate and really keep runners at bay on defense and swing the bat well on offense. So basically, based off what I just said, defensively, this White Sox team is pretty much as good as it gets. I mean, there's certainly, I guess, there's better outfields in baseball. The Dodgers have a better outfield probably, and maybe Padres have a better infield, whatever. So maybe they're not the best physical roster in the game, but they're pretty damn good. And as far as the AL, I think they're just about the best. Of course, the Blue Jays, who I have meeting them in the ALCS, you got Vladdy, you got Biggio, you got Simeon and Bo Bichette compared to Anderson, Madrigal, Abreu, and Moncada. Pretty even comparison, but the White Sox team definitely has more experience, and I do think that they can go all the way to the ALCS. That is what I have. And then from the pitching staff side, I think they're great there too. You got Dallas Keuchel, who I've followed since his time with the Astros. I believe he won Cy Young with the Astros, so he's good. Lucas Giolito had a recent no-hitter. Lance Lynn, another good pitcher, and there's several more names, but those are my three main starters, or the three biggest starters for the White Sox. So I really like what they'd have on the pitching side of the ball, and then, of course, go to their bullpen with Liam Hendricks, the best reliever in baseball at the moment. They got him. This White Sox team really has an elite player at every position that you can imagine, or that is used every game. So they really have all the pieces. Now, they haven't had a lot of experience playing deep into the playoffs recently. I don't know when the last time the White Sox have made a good playoff run. Last year they fell short to the A's, but the A's have since lost. I believe they lost Laureano. I know that they lost Simeon to the Blue Jays. I know they lost Hendricks to the White Sox, so the A's have kind of fallen off. The Astros I expect to decline. The Rays I expect to decline. So you're looking at an AL that's going to come down to the Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the A's. The Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the White Sox. And I think the White Sox can win that battle. I think the Yankees will, typical Yankee fashion, somehow fall out of the playoffs faster than people expect, and then it's down to the Blue Jays and White Sox. So I think you White Sox fans, if I'm a big White Sox fan, of course, I'm going to be super optimistic for my team, and I'm thinking World Series appearance, American League Championship. I think that is completely on the table. And now I think the White Sox are going to be a team that are going to be efficient, but not completely dominant in the regular season, which is why I don't quite have them winning 100 games. I think they're in that 90, 98, 99 win range. I don't expect them to beat teams 5-0, 6-0 all regular season and win 110 games like the Dodgers are going to do, but I expect them to play good, efficient baseball in the regular season, get 95 or more wins, and then come postseason, be absolutely ready to do whatever it takes to win baseball games. So again, to sum this all up, the White Sox have put together a great team from the outfield, infield, behind the plate, on the mound, relieving, and then, of course, at the plate on offense. They've really put together all the pieces of the puzzle. Now it's just a matter of putting them on the field together and having them click, which I think throughout the regular season they'll work on, which is why I don't have them winning 110 games. I have them winning just shy of 100, but then making a very, very good, deep playoff run.